What happens after you sell the company? For most people, the dream ends at the exit. But for today's guest, that was just the start of the final reckoning. Joshua Chan is the co-founder of ErgoTune, a brand that redefined ergonomic comfort for the modern desk warrior. In just 4 years, he bootstrapped the company to a $12 million exit. But once the congratulations faded, what came next was a strange kind of silence.
So in this episode of Man on a Mission, we talk about what no one tells you after exiting the game. What happens to your identity after you are no longer the guy building the company? What does it mean to have money but maybe no clear direction? And how do you find your next mission when your last one already made you rich? This is going to be a raw, honest conversation about purpose, discomfort, and choosing to build again, not out of desperation, but out of fire. Let's get into it.
Hi, Joshua. Thanks for coming on the show.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for inviting me. The introduction was beautiful.
Yeah.
All I say is a $15 million exit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I love how your energy is exactly the same as your social media.
Oh, yes. That's my biggest flex now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. People say that, on camera and real life feels like the same. Yeah.
Authenticity.
Yeah. I was trying very hard. I practiced so long.
Were you like that before?
I'm always like that.
Oh, okay. So you're extrovert.
Yes. Last time when I tested, I was 99.
Wow.
Yeah, like full swing one side.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
So you said last time, so now you're 97?
I feel that I am a little bit more balanced
Okay.
now. Yeah.
Can you tell we're introvert, extrovert?
I would say more introverted.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, so I'm also starting to appreciate the introverts. Extroverts have a very nice branding to it, right? You are outgoing, you can connect with people well, you have a lot of friends.
Yeah.
I think as I got older, I started to appreciate the introversion side, the ability to introspect and sit in silence and kind of look deeper into yourself. I think introverts have developed their skill a lot better. So these few years I'm trying to shift a bit. I don't 99%.
Yeah.
Interesting question since we are on this topic. Not really on topic, but I just want to find out since you mentioned about introvert and extrovert, right? Do you think that founders are mostly extrovert?
No. I think they are mostly introverts.
Oh, mostly introverts. Majority introverts.
Yeah. I think there are skills, right?
Yeah.
I think those that are at the extreme of successful people, it feels like they are more introverted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe the introspection and the reflection helps them to center themselves and build better companies or something like that, right?
Yeah, for sure. And I think to build it at that scale, the ability to care about other people's feelings needs to be a little bit more toned down versus caring about what is right for the company. Yeah, I think only at that headspace are you able to kind of make those decisions. I'm not saying they don't care. It's just when you need to choose between a company and an employee, you always choose the company. Yeah,
I see.
I guess it's different business stage,
Yeah.
right? Because at the start, usually feels like the business founder has to be out there getting the moolah in, right?
Yeah.
Or the charisma,
Yes.
to get investor money, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Different ways are different ways. I'm saying the super extreme. I think everything in between, you choose your own lane to find. Everybody can grow their own business the way they want to.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. Let's dive right into it, right? Because we are very curious about your experience. And let's start with going straight in to describing what was it like when you got the offer to buy over your company.
So it's a fun story. So me and my co-founders, we sat down at a hotpot place. So after we heard the first offer, we sat at a hotpot place and we are like, okay, do we want to sell? Knowing that back then we were doing month-on-month record high revenue.
Wow.
Every month we were going higher and higher.
Okay.
So we are like, we are thinking, wow, are we the Snapchat of chairs, right? Like we reject away and then we'll scale. But I think there were a few reasons that we kind of came to, which in the end made us decide to sell. The first one is because now we are playing with a much larger business expense. So to give context, we spend 6 figures on ads every month.
Every month?
Yeah, while drawing 2-3K salary.
Wow,
so, that's very share.
Right. So on a personal level, it's a little bit more difficult to comprehend, although it's logical, right? Because you give me 10, 20K, what am I gonna do, right? I'm still gonna eat Cai Fan, like just put in my bank and do nothing. You take that money, you go and buy goods, you go and support your employee salary, they're happy, they can grow the company. It's a lot more well utilized. So we didn't think much about that until it hits like 6 figures. You start to worry. Like, this is way out of my comfort zone, right?
I see.
So we were spending like huge amounts on the business. Even the very famous ErgoTune headrest. The headrest didn't come like this. If you guys have an ErgoTune, you all know it can be adjusted, right?
Yes.
That doesn't exist in the world. We created the mold to build it. Yeah.
So entirely new from you guys. That's your IP.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, but to create that mold cost $150,000. Pain. I'm not even sure whether
Not
would it
even
increase
manufacturing.
sales. No, just the tooling.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, just to create the mold to pour the plastic in, right? That requires 150K. We spent, I think, 2-3 months contemplating about that decision. We know it's the right decision.
Right.
On a personal level, it's very difficult to say, oh, it's 50K each, because 3 of us,
Right.
It's 50K each, we can pay for our wedding or for them or our HDB. Like, there's a lot of things we can pay. So because it delayed so long, we also knew that the money was too big for us to make like good decisions. We are not good CEOs anymore, right? Just because we couldn't separate that.
I see.
Yeah. Second is we also realized if we take care of our personal finance, this doesn't need to be our home run. Right? We can always build something else that can go for a home run. So this is a good enough thing where I don't have to worry about my family. They will be taken care of. My kids will generally be okay. Right? Then now I can take bigger risks, right? I can go for ideas that previously I wouldn't even dare try. Right? Now it opens up a lot more opportunities for us to try. So there are kind of a few reasons why I decided to sell.
I see.
Well, a quick question. That means that you guys were not planning on an exit when you started.
No, when we started, we wanted to earn 10K a month. That was the goal. Yeah. Okay. It's more childish than you think. Like, because when I graduated from SMU IS, so when my friends graduated, they were drawing maybe 6-7K. Right off the bat, because tech very hot, right?
Yeah.
Within 1 or 2 years, they are like 10K a month already.
Wow.
So in my head, I don't want to look stupid running a business. I want to be comparable, and then I can say that I got freedom and all those things.
Yeah.
Like so we just put this arbitrary target of 10K a month. Let it be a cash flow business while we find other things to do. So exit was never part of the discussion. Even when we were building up, it still wasn't. Yeah.
And it's interesting how you realize your limitations on the mindset of how you spend money.
Right.
And you came to the conclusion that you guys were not good CEOs for the next phase of the business.
Yes.
How do you come to such awareness and clarity?
3 months. 3 months to decide on a headrest, like. Yeah, as someone, one of the culture codes in my company is progress over perfection, right? It's more important to make a decision than to stay down there and like, I don't know. Then you don't know for so long, right? Like, you're not moving, you're not learning anything from the market. And we know it's because of our apprehension to make a clear decision. Yeah.
But you said that you knew it's going to do very well. How do you know?
I know it is right for the customers. I don't know whether you will do well.
Yeah.
I know that it is right for the customers.
I see.
Yeah,
so you know your customers very well.
Yes. We call every single one of them.
Wow.
Yeah. So one of the thing in the company is all employees needs to have some form of customer interaction every quarter. Yeah, it could be IT show, it could be manning the help desk. Yeah, everybody needs to talk to the customers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was this your very first business? Curious.
6 business.
Oh, 6.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. But I feel a lot of no capital upfront type of business lah. So no money, right? So no money got no money type of business, right?
Yeah.
You can always do services.
Yeah.
You can do pre-orders. Yeah. So we tested a few of those, then didn't work out. My most legend story was the Pasar Malam.
What is it?
I started a shop at Pasar Malam.
Okay.
Yeah. Because my friend told me the highest shop earnings in the previous Pasar was 100K in a month.
Wow.
Net.
100K.
Net. Yeah,
Wow.
net. And we are like, dude, if we do 20%, I'm good already, right? Wow. I spent 1 month frying fries. My hair, the oil smell can never get rid of.
my.
And then in the end, we break even.
Oh,
but
it was ridiculous.
to be fair, you broke even lah.
Yeah. Hey, it's 50K upfront to rent a shop for a month in Geylang Serai back then.
Oh, wow.
So it was a lot of money. Yeah.
That was during your uni days or?
Early graduation. Yeah, around there lah.
Wow.
Yeah,
So what do you learn from the Pasar Malam saga?
Respect all F&B people. They work very hard. There are some businesses although can earn money. If it's not you, it's not you lah.
But it's interesting you say that, right? Because we were just talking about it. A lot of business owners or people around us say there are few industries in Singapore you try not to touch.
Right.
One of which happens to be furniture.
The other F&B lah, of course.
Yeah, for sure. Also tell people don't enter furniture. Then they think I'm a hypocrite, right? Like furniture is hard. It's so hard. And I was just like, there was another one of my friends wanted to start furniture, right? So I list down all the reasons why you shouldn't. And I say that now that I have the capital to start, I will never enter furniture.
Oh.
Like never. Like it's too difficult a business really. Yeah.
But don't they say the grass on the other side is always greener?
That's right. So you need some naivety to enter the business. Don't know too much about it, right? Just enough. Know if you can make money, you potential have skill is good. That's why they say the same founder won't do the same business twice.
Oh,
Yeah. Because,
interesting.
you a bit stupid, then you enter, I'm gonna be rich after that. Wow, very tough. And then you found skill and everybody's like, wow, you saw it, you are such a genius. I'm like, no.
So what was it for you when you started?
Which one?
ErgoTune.
We started pre-orders.
Oh, I read a little bit about that.
Yeah.
I thought that was really smart.
Yeah. So once again, we had no money, right?
Yeah.
So one of my co-founders, he was very into the whole US productivity thing because he think that he's gonna be like, can 10x your productivity if you put your monitor higher or you use ergonomic keyboard and like everything will be 10x, right? So he's very into standing desks.
Okay.
So he wanted to buy one. So he emailed a company. It took 3 days to return to him because it's a B2B company. They don't care about the consumers, right?
Yeah.
And it cost $1,800. So he looked at us and like, hey, bro, want to sell or not? So I went to Google. I went to find the price. The cost price was maybe $250 around there.
Yeah.
Then I sat down there knowing. At that point in time, we failed probably like 3 businesses together already. I was...
same co-founders.
Oh,
yeah. Wow, your brotherhood.
Wow, failed together and then still continue.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So we were like... I was already questioning myself because my friends already comfortably earning 6-7K a month. They are going to restaurants that I don't even dare to step in. While me trying to convince myself that this is the path for me, right? I was already in that headspace.
Yeah.
Then this random guy just tell me he wants to sell a table to make people stand up. I'm like, bro, please don't. And so as with all entrepreneurs, you never try, never know, right?
Yeah.
So I built a website. I borrowed some images from the US, right? I borrowed some images from the US, and we tracked the search volume. So the search volume for Standing Desk back then was around 6,000. So we all understand ads, right? We say 6,000 search volume, 10% click into my ads, 10% buy. How naive? How naive are we? 10% buy it. If 10% buy, I'm multi-millionaire already, right? So obviously that was not true. But we think, like 60 people, if we sell each table, we earn like $300. We can not bad. The net profit not bad, right? So we built a website and then we started selling. In the first week, we sold about 20 tables.
Not bad.
Yes, it's not bad. Yeah. And because there was a huge gap between 1,800 poor customer service to us instant customer service, we built a site where you can customize your table, you can see how it looks like, and you purchase from there, right? So that whole experience was great. And customers started to buy. We called them and we basically said like, hey bro, the sale went too well. Could you wait 2 months? Because that was the lead time
to produce the actual product,
yes.
right?
So we got some pre-order money. We used that money to buy our first batch of goods and then we started to roll from there.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So that's when you realize, 可以做 this business.
Yes. To be fair, we were just aiming for 10K a month, right? We wasn't thinking about how big the scale was gonna be, whether there is a industry fit, whether there's a market fit. The customers told us that there is, and then we started to try.
And when do you see that, your bamboo analogy, I love it, in one of your content.
Right.
When do you see that surge?
This is taught by our competitor.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
it's a very cool story. So
Okay.
we were there was a period of our lives where we were selling about 0 to 2 tables a day.
Oh.
0 to 2 tables. So
Okay.
one table is roughly AOV around 7 to 900 around there. So we were doing okay, right? It's not like super. We like to say we are 吃不饱饿不死, just hovering, right? So there was once where we ordered our bulk order late. And our Malaysia supplier couldn't deliver in time.
Yeah.
So me and one of my other co-founder, we decided to drive to Malaysia to bring the tables back.
Wow,
bring,
what you
bring
all
the
drive truck?
yeah, lorry. Yeah.
Wow.
So we brought
dedication,
the yes, because when you're young, right, you don't want to mess up a bulk order, right?
Yeah.
So we went. Now on our way back, we were having dinner. I remember our third co-founder was in Singapore. He sent us the website of our competitor, just launched only.
Okay.
And we are like, they probably also gonna 吃不饱饿不死啦. Nobody's gonna stand up to work. And right, we've been in here for close to 6 months, 7 months. It's already like that. 3 months later, right, when we searched on Google, the search volume, their search volume was higher than standing desk as a category.
Oh.
Yeah, which is huge. Like, people are not searching for standing desk. People are searching for
The
their brand.
Brand.
And it's crazy. And the three of us sat there looking at the numbers and we're like, wow, it's not that there's no market. We are bad. Like, we are terrible at running this business. So that was when we decided that, okay, this has to stop. Right? So we went to strategize. We are like, okay, what are we doing wrong? We are all over the place. We are testing everything here. The playbook for e-com is to focus on one acquisition channel. Let's just focus on one.
Okay.
So we say, what would the top 1% of running Facebook ads look like?
Right.
And then we decided to commit to this channel. There's a reason why we chose Facebook ads, but yes, so we decided to commit to this channel and then we started to see that growth. Yeah.
So I think this experience tied very nicely with the content game that I was trying to play for the past 45 days.
Oh, okay.
Because for me, I started this challenge called 1 post a day for 180 days.
Nice.
I didn't hit that.
Okay.
I hit until 45, I'm like, what am I doing? All the self-doubt started creeping in. So like any other creator, wannabe creator, I was in front of camera, trying to be comfortable, trying to come up with my content. Then I was posting on TikTok, Instagram, and LinkedIn. 3 different platforms. And I thought, okay, omni-channel, omnipresence, right? It feels better, more people can see you. What I didn't know as I got deeper into the game is that I realized every single platform is so different.
Yes.
It's so different in the way that people interact with the content, engage, the type of audience, and the type of content they want to consume.
Yes.
Yeah, so halfway in, I'm like, okay, you know what? I need to focus.
Okay.
So now I ditch everything. I focus on LinkedIn because that's where my market is.
Right.
Yeah. So that kind of relates back to what you talk about spreading too thin.
Right. Yeah. I wish I am committing to LinkedIn. LinkedIn, people are more supportive.
Why do you say that?
If you look at the chart, the number of trolls, it's TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, right? LinkedIn tied to your name, tied to your company. They cannot be trolling all around. But the other social platforms are a lot easier to create.
A bit more anonymous.
Yeah. So you want to go in the trenches, you go TikTok.
That's why you have most haters.
Well, you can also have the highest number of vanity metrics, right?
Yes, for sure. Yeah. I think it's a very different type of audience, but choosing one feels like the right play. Yeah.
So your game was focused on that one platform on Facebook. Then that's where you saw the search.
So on top of that, we decided customer acquisition is the most important metric. Everything else we outsource. So we don't hire for random positions anymore. Everything that can be outsourced, we outsource. So we eat a little bit into the margins, it's fine, but we focus on what actually matters.
What do you mean by you focus on customer acquisition?
How to acquire customers profitably through paid social media.
That is in-house.
That is in-house.
The rest is out-house.
Everything is
like
outsourced.
PR or whatever.
No PR.
Example.
More like 3PL,
Okay.
customer service, everything that we can outsource, we outsource. So we both build the capabilities to operationalize everything else. We SOP, we like to say, we need to build it in a way where even monkeys can do.
Oh.
Right? So you make it so simple that anybody that comes in can take over. And you focus on what really matters, which is customer acquisition as well as improving the product. Yeah.
Oh, very interesting. I have a question. Do you think that was also a big part that played in your exit as well? Because I think a lot of times we are talking about exit and stuff. We're talking about what are they truly buying?
Right.
Are they buying the operations? Are they buying the customer list?
The
What are they
patterns,
really buying?
Right.
So did that part play a part in how you guys got to exit or what they were considering?
I don't think so because we didn't build for an exit. But now when I'm building new businesses, I think about the enterprise value. So from the get-go, I decide this is gonna be a cash flow business, then let it be a cash flow business, right? You don't need to take additional risk or force the scale, right? If it reaches a point where it becomes cash flow, then let it be. The other one is when you think about enterprise value, you kind of need to think about who are your potential buyers, right? So for DTC, the biggest buyers are Unilever, P&G, right? They always buy DTC brands. You need to kind of get into the headspace of why do they buy DTC brands? You would think...
Okay, for the audience, what is DTC?
Direct to consumer. It's a fancy way of
DTC.
saying you sell
Okay.
products online, right? Like, just makes me look cooler. Yes, so DTC is direct to consumer and P&G and Unilever are the biggest buyers of these brands. So if you get into their headspace of why will I buy? You are $1 billion company. You can create any brand that you want. You can pump money into anywhere you want, right? So if you look at all the brands that they buy, typically is they already found product market fit, but more importantly, they have not entered traditional retail. So the edge for them is if you have already proven yourself online, there's 90% of the other money in the market that has not been tapped on yet. I already have buyers, I have channels, I have distribution into all these retail. A snap, I'll put you into everywhere. You could easily 10x the business just like that. Right, so there's a reason why people buy certain things, even if it is an equity play, right? I'm gonna IPO. I want to buy over your company because it boosts my earnings per share, right? So then, who are the type of companies that are building in the future that has synergy with you? So you kind of want to think about that if you want to build to sell, then you face you might build it differently. We weren't so smart back then. We just built it like, profitable, people will want us.
I see. But that's a different objective, right? I mean, there's no right or wrong per se.
There isn't.
Yeah.
It's more if you are intentional about building for exit. These are things that I'll think about.
I see.
And not all businesses can be bought on or have buyers.
What are some examples of cannot be bought?
Like supplement businesses. Businesses typically don't have a large enough buyer pool to exit into. It's a very good cash flow business. It can go to 9 figures as a cash flow business, but whether you have a buyer or not is a little bit more challenging. Because more often than not, the supplement businesses follows health trends. So
up
usually,
and down.
Usually when they scale, they become the only one left. That's why they can still sustain that kind of revenue. But there may or may not be a potential for growth.
I see. And usually supplement business, unless you own a pharmaceutical, usually it's a kind of like distribution, right? It's not really something that you build from scratch.
As in supplement is a marketing game.
Yeah.
White label.
You need to chase the right ingredients. There's always a new ingredient.
So retrospectively, if you look at where ErgoTune and of course the other brand that you built, the table one is Everdesk, right? So if you look at that today, right, would you have built it differently?
Yeah, for sure. Focus on acquisition channel a lot faster. I think for businesses in Singapore or at least in Southeast Asia, the focus should be more on category expansion versus continuously improving of your current hero product.
Oh, share more?
So ErgoTune was our signature, right? That was our ergonomic chair. We made the decision to double down on a better chair, which if now you see ErgoTune launch the new chair, you won't be able to find anywhere else in the market. But it becomes much tougher to acquire customers because people have already purchased, especially in Singapore's context with your limited pool, right?
Right.
If you're in the US, you can have a hero product and hit 9 figures. Just because the market size is bigger, the logistics are a lot more well connected, and you can easily scale from there before you need to think about category expansion.
Yeah.
You look at the successful ones in Singapore is probably Prism. Prism, if you notice, they do category expansion incredibly
Very
fast.
Yeah.
Correct.
Which on one end you open up new target audience. On the other hand, you can acquire customers a lot cheaper because you already have the previous customers' contacts.
Same pool
right?
of customers.
Same pool of customers, right? Then after that, I think they are trying to tie everything up with a mobile app. But then that makes sense for limited pool, limited market share.
Yeah.
And if you think about Southeast Asia together,
Yeah.
everybody like to lump Southeast Asia together. Oh, I want to enter Southeast Asia. Bro, every single country is different and it's tough, right?
And they speak with different languages.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, you cannot just enter Southeast Asia. What nonsense is that? Like, you want to enter Thailand versus Vietnam, it's already so tricky. Like, everything is different. So when you choose to enter one, I still believe that if you expand categorically as your main priority, would be a better strategy versus like keep on doubling down on your
On
hero
that one
product.
hero product.
Yeah.
Very insightful.
Yeah.
So I believe you have a lot of experiences going into different Southeast Asia countries.
Oh yeah.
Which one was the most memorable?
No, I don't have experience. I entered Australia and US.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just some of my friends when they entered overseas, they are like, bro, one country, I want to die.
I mean, for
already,
you, it's
bro."
Australia and US. Still,
Australia and US.
Two different sides of the world, right?
Yeah, but most people enter Australia and US
Price
because
point.
more reusing of the collaterals and website.
The materials are in
because
English.
everything is English, ma. So it's a little bit easier. Which is an edge. Right? If you think about if your audience like listens to this, right? If you know that your US big DTC companies are gonna enter all your English speaking country, your edge is to enter those that are non-English speaking because they are the king of DTC. Like they are masters at it. They understand they track the metrics like by the second, and like it's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. So if you want an edge, find countries that are still DTC day one.
Okay.
Like they have not experienced your whole spin the wheel lead gen, your
They're
buy
still
one
20
get
years
one
behind
offer.
us lah, basically.
Right. And then you
Right.
go there, you are brand new. Right? Everything is like a new marketing channel to them.
I
Like
see.
everything is exciting for them. Yeah.
Would
and
you
it's easier
have
to win there.
go differently?
Probably. Yeah, this is
Okay.
all on hindsight. Hindsight 2020. Yeah.
For sure. But also in the last 10 years or so, I think especially on the DTC space, a lot of things has changed in this space. Like what is the biggest thing that you see?
So I'm not sure you all seen the video I did. This video called The Law of Shitty Clicks.
I briefly.
Right. So the law of shitty clicks basically is saying click-throughs. It's basically saying when the very first website banner ad, you know website banner ad?
Yes.
Now when you track the consumer's eyes, right, they don't even look at it.
Oh.
Right? Your click-through rate, if you are lucky, is 0.05%. Like if you are lucky. But the very first banner ad that came out on the internet, right, the click-through rate was 44%.
Wow.
Right? So if you think back on all the businesses when you were growing up, you hear people making money on Google search alone.
Yep.
You hear people making money on Instagram hashtags alone.
Yes.
Right? All those are new marketing channels that consumers are not immune to yet. So everything that you do in terms of marketing channels, it will die off. Right? So at some point, even now when you see people run UGCs are a little bit, it's less impactful compared to the time where we were running, right?
For sure.
We need to keep adapting to what is new to consumers, right? So that it doesn't feel like it's an ad push to them.
Yeah.
So I think that is the biggest landscape change, to try to find that channel where you can still acquire customers as though it is the very first banner ad. The second thing that changed is TikTok. So TikTok changed the game because previously it is a very follower network. If you have high number of followers, you are going to be rich for sure.
Yeah.
Right? Now TikTok is one good piece of content.
Doesn't matter your followers.
Can triple your business overnight. Right? The follower network is no longer as useful compared to making a good piece of content. And I think this ground zeros a lot of new businesses that wants to start. And you look at a lot of Singaporeans that are building built in public businesses, or they are the face of the business and they do TikTok live. They are doing incredibly well in a commoditized place, like unheard of. Previously, if you tried to do it, you will get quashed by the big boys, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now there is actually a chance to build from scratch. Like you try to ground zero everybody. Yeah, so I think those are two big things.
I mean, that's why it's so tough for marketing companies, right?
Yes.
I was
That's
just
what was working is no
Yes.
longer
really,
the same.
really, because I was just writing a post this morning on LinkedIn. I say, last year we made a decision to close our entire paid agency arm.
Ooh,
Yeah,
like
because-
the performance marketing.
Yes.
Yeah, because Facebook made it so easy.
I know,
Right?
it's so expensive now.
And it's expensive.
Yeah, imagine last
do
time
stuff.
we were the ones that help our clients spend
Yes.
that 6-figure a
Yeah,
month
yeah.
on ads.
Yes.
But now it's so expensive. Client
Yeah.
acquisition cost is so high. You're
Right.
like, okay,
Right.
you know what? Let's take a break here. Let's move on to something that works better.
Right. Yeah.
So there's a constant need to adapt
Yes.
to something that's new and fresh to
Yes.
consumers' eyes, right?
Yes. So now I also ask people to take 20% of your budget, test out channels that you never even hear about. Yeah, like Lemonade. Like, do you even
Yeah.
use Lemonade?
It's up and coming, right? This new
Don't
thing.
know. Try first. Try first before everybody starts coming. You try first. 小红书. How many of you?
44%.
Yeah. How many of us use 小红书? Not many.
Not many.
Right? But I know there's a huge group that is using it.
Yes.
It's just not us. Right? And the first test with 20% of budget is nothing, right? Just go and
See.
try and figure out how to play that game. You can be trash in that platform, but if you're the only one, I think the
okay.
outcome is going to be great.
Yeah.
Yes. So be the leader and grab the share first before it goes
Yeah,
down.
like the famous saying is, if you want to open a hot dog stand, you can choose the location, you can choose the best buns, or you choose a starving crowd. Choose the starving crowd. choose the starving crowd. Your buns need to be the best.
Sell your coke in the airplane.
Yeah, it's like the mashed potato outside Zoom last time.
Yeah,
Right? Is it really
yeah.
that good? Not too sure. But I pay $8 for it.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the exit that we spoke about, right? So when you guys, three of you all decided, okay, let's sell the company, what happened after that?
We've tried to find other buyers, kind of get like a small
Competitive
bidding war going on, you know.
Yeah.
So they were starting to bid for the company, and after that we landed on a number. Yeah.
And how long was the whole process?
We were trying to fast track it, so probably about 1 to 2 months.
Oh,
Oh,
wow,
that's very fast.
It's very fast. Yeah.
Wow.
1 to 2 months before we finalize on this is the buyer that we're going for.
Yeah.
Then they took about 2 months to do the DD. Yeah, then we closed the deal.
Wow.
But the reason is because we told them that, I think when we finalized the deal, it was around October.
Okay.
Prior to that, we told them that Q4 is where I make the dough. Q4
Right.
is where I choose between a DDC bait or a silly bait, right? Like Q4 is where I make the money. So it's either we confirm or you don't distract me, we talk in January.
Oh.
Yeah. Because I
okay.
don't have the time to 跟你 poloso here and there. Like, I don't have that time, right? Like, I need to
Yeah.
focus on building.
Yeah, that's real creation of scarcity.
Very good.
Okay,
This
yeah.
marketing sense is right on point.
Yeah. But it's true. You also know, right? Q4 is when people wallet a bit
course.
loose, bro.
Yeah, I do know that furniture stores, or at least some of the clients that we've helped before, they mentioned that 50% of their sales of the entire year is in
It's
December.
Q4. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then what happened? Like, do you guys have to serve out a contract or
2
what
years.
was 2 years?
2 years, yes. So we took a year where we ran it on our own and a year to transit to the new leadership team. Yeah, but there's also, for those that are looking to sell their company, typically there's a buyout clause. So you need to hit certain revenue targets. And in between there is where they really do the DD and to kind of check whether or not what you have submitted is real or not.
Yeah. This is where my curiosity picks here because I mean, we have in our circle also founders who are exiting the business, so on and so forth. Do things change for you once you hit or once you go into that 2-year contract kind of period? How does it feel? Because it's kind of an awkward situation, right? You're the founder, but you're not really...
You're employee.
A founder.
My employee.
You got tell your employees.
So how does
you got tell your employees.
I can have dinner with them now. Like last time they don't have me around.
Really?
No lah.
What the? Okay.
It's a weird space to be. I think for the first year it was still fine because we were running on our own and the acquirers were still doing their main business, which is to acquire other brands. I think in the second year where there was a transition of leadership, it's tough. Like M&A is generally a very tough process because the whole company, especially when you are founder-led most of the time, they know your style, right? The reason they join is part of it is because of you, or at least the reason they stay is a part of you. So when there is new leadership that comes in, people get very defensive about their culture and their position, right? And especially you're changing things on a CEO level. The way that you report may or may not be comfortable. The way that we do things may or may not be comfortable with whoever that is taking over, right? So for example, and I'm not giving shit to the consultants of Singapore, right? But a lot of consultants, they generally have lesser urgency to act. To act and let the market decide what is good or bad, and then start to make decisions from there, right?
Yeah, I get you. A lot more guerrilla founders, right?
Yeah. They are more, they plan out, right? And it probably will work in a 9-figure, $1 billion company where you cannot afford to make stupid mistakes, right?
Yeah.
Most of the time, the way we think about it is this mistake is not going to be expensive. We are going to try it, right? Like I hate it when people tell me, oh, I'll let you know next week. I don't know, like
Now.
today, like tomorrow, like what's the blocker, right? Like we need to move things fast because everybody is moving so fast, right? We cannot slow ourselves down because of some arbitrary obstacle that I don't even know what is happening, right? So we need to figure things out. And so that whole culture needed to change, and that transition needs to be managed well. Yeah.
But besides the employees, how about you as a founder?
It's tough because I care a lot about my employees. Yeah. So when they transit, it's more of like, okay, I will tell the new person, okay, you must do this for this person. Like, this is how they handle. They are not trying to be rude. They are just like that. Then I'll tell my employees, like, it's okay. Like, he's still learning. Like, you need to tell some time. You also took very long to learn, right? Like, give people some time. Yeah. So a lot of it was a balancing act between the both of them. In terms of spending the money, I haven't spent yet. So that, like, I was still managing like things in general. Yeah.
Do you think you did a good job with the change management?
I think I did a good job at hiding some of my emotions.
Okay.
Yeah. But could be better, I guess. Could be better. But it's tough because the people that is hired in for the position is not hired by us, is hired by the acquirers. So they have a very different matrix to find because they might be hiring you for the CEO of ErgoTune, but you might need to manage 3 or 4 other brands, right? The skill sets that is involved may be different.
Yeah.
And that's the way that they want to run the company. So there's lesser say that we have. Yeah.
Because usually for younger founders, right, the way they build their culture is very tribal. It's like school council kind of vibe, right? So when suddenly you have this 空降 CEO that is a lot more structured, proper and professional, right? How did that do for your employees?
Shock. Yeah. Like, I think the whole company never even opened PowerPoint as an app before. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Never, we just use Notion and then we like, I even tell you, if you're wasting time beautifying your slides, right, I'm paying you for the wrong reason. Like, just put words and tell me 重点. Yeah, so even our AGM, our quarterly meetings, we always use Notion. First time a PowerPoint come out, I shocked. I'm like, oh, what's this? Like, someone very beautifully aligned with pictures and animations. I'm like, woo,
Wow. Okay.
this is new.
Yeah. So like, okay, that was the day when we don't have to care about design. Now
Now we have to factor time for
But the employees know lah. The employees will be like, actually, why you spend time doing this? Like, we are okay if you just so there was a lot of us trying to get them to know our culture and them trying to get us to know how they want to like manage.
I see.
So yeah, that's a tough.
Okay. Let's take a break here. Let's take a water and pee break. When we come back, we want to hear more about the finance.
Nice. Money
Okay.
good.
Yes.